Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health, fitness, body and mindset from where you are right now to being unstoppable. And I've been able to find some time in my day this morning because I've just had a reschedule of one of my sessions to not do one of these in the car. So today's one of those days where I don't travel to the hospital, so I got a little bit more time. And what I wanted to talk to you about today was who's on your team? Who is your support team taking you from where you are to where it is that you want to get to? Me personally, I have lots of different support in different areas of my life to help me get to where I want to get to. So I want to run through a bit of a checklist for you of those things, those people that you need to have around you so that you can take your life, any area of your life, to get to where it is that you want to get to. Because let's face it, you cannot get to where you want to by yourself. You cannot get to those heightened levels of success that you dream of without a great support team around you. So let me go through some of the areas of my life where I have the support, and you can check in with yourself to see, okay, yes, I've got a bit of a gap here. First of all, for me, my biggest value in life and belief is around my health and fitness, making sure that I'm always optimizing that. So what do? Well, what I've done over many years is obviously it's my big part of my career as well, but what I've done over many years is because I'm interested in it, I'm excited by it, I research. So I've read lots and lots of books on different topics to do with health and fitness, nutrition, workouts, mindset, coaching over many, many years. So for me, a good resource for me is around a lot of books that I've got in this case, and I can always go back to them and refer to them. But ultimately, where I am now with my own health and fitness is that I have a strength and conditioning coach. So even though I'm a world-class coach in this area, I need accountability. I want somebody that's done what I want to achieve over and over and over again and is better at it than I am. So I can call on them to call me out on how am I going with these things? How am I going with my training? Here's a program that I've got that I've designed for myself. How does that sit with you? Is this going to help me get there? And then I work with my coach to lay out the program for the entire year. Now, at the start of the year, do I know what the entire year is going to look like? Broadly, yes, but in detail, no. And that's why I use my coach. We sit down together and work out how we're going to break up our year, and we break it up into 12 weekly blocks, and then we break those 12 weeks down into 4-week blocks. And so, okay, so what are we doing on this first 4 weeks? So where I am at the time of recording this, I'm into my second 4-week block of the year. So I started training on the 1st of February. It was actually, I think it was about the 3rd because of the timing of the week. I start my workouts on a Tuesday. And I know that I'm up to week 6. Actually, I'm just we're starting a new week. So I'm into week 7 right now. And that my first workout in that 7-week block starts tomorrow. I know exactly the workouts that I'm doing each week. I know what my goals are for each week. What are my goals? It's to get stronger over this 8-week training. Up to week 6 to 8. And so I need to get stronger. I need to lift more weight. Every single exercise I do, every single workout that I do. He helps me with the nutrition. Obviously, I've got a good handle on that. But over time, what I do is I submit my nutrition journal to him so he can see what it is that I'm eating. He can make any recommendations about how I need to adjust things. Any of my supplementation, I send him the details of that so he can see when I'm doing it, the times of the day, how much I'm having, all that kind of stuff. So he is my big key to success in achieving what I want to achieve with my body, my health this year. So he's an absolute essential for me. The other element that I have around my health and fitness is I need more support around that. So it's not just, he's my strength and conditioning coach, but who else do you need? Well, I need to have my doctor. Okay, so I've got a really great doctor. He used to be a client of mine as well, and he looks after everything to do, like a general practitioner, we call him here in Australia. He is my go-to person when I've got any question marks about anything that is wrong with me. I also have a surgeon who has done my shoulder surgeries. Now, he also does knees. I'm having some issues with my knee at the moment, so I'm considering, is that something that I need to check out later in the year to book in some surgery or to have some scans or to see what he thinks I can do to help improve my knee. In terms of physiotherapy, I've got, again, a client who's a physiotherapist who I can call on at any time, really, to say, this is the issues that I'm having. What do you recommend for me in terms of being able to overcome this issue? Also, the other things are about having, like a good dentist, like taking care of your dental hygiene, things like that. I've got a very good dentist, again, client, that I use for that space. Where I have a gap right now is around my massage. Okay, I've never been able to find a reliable, good massage therapist where I could go, say, once a month, once every 6 weeks, just to get a really good deep tissue massage. So that's a gap for me right now. So you can see I've mentioned a whole range of different people there. I mean, I don't see a nutritionist or dietitian individually, because that is my strength and conditioning coach. He is also everything that I need in that space. So you can see that there's a lot of different people that are really involved there, but that's my health. Your health is the most important thing. You want to establish these really, really great relationships with people so that they do become part of your team, and when you need something, they're the people to go to. They also look after my family as well. So super, super important. One of the other key people that is in as part of my team is my financial advisor, financial planner, and accountant. I'll put they're not the same people, but they're linked. They're all linked. I'll put those into the same group, because without my financial advisor, I would not be in the financial position that I am. You don't know what you don't know, and even though you might hear things, read things, see things, and you think, oh yeah, I'll give that a go, what you need to do is really find somebody that is going to have a full understanding of just like a doctor has a full understanding of your medical history, you want somebody that has a full independent understanding of your financial history so that they can then advise you about all the different insurances. Maybe it was a week ago now, I spoke about risk mitigation, and I spoke about all the different types of insurance. You want to work with a financial advisor that is completely across the health of your finances so that they can then advise you. So for instance, I'll use this as an example. Many, many years ago, it was probably 20 years ago now, or before, it was when I was married, we went to see a financial advisor. I still use the same person, and we were thinking, okay, this is what we want to do. And she said, look, the best thing for you both to do right now is to use the next 12 months, couple of years, pay off your mortgage as fast as you can, because there's no tax concessions there. So let's just put everything you can into that, get it paid off, and then let's work out a strategy for you. So that's what we did. So we went back and we paid it off, and we then looked to negative gearing, it's called here in Australia. Basically borrow an interest in an advance loan to claim the tax deduction to then invest in the share market. which is what we did. And we weren't really into investing directly into the share market, so we did it indirectly via different different managed funds and so forth. And because we did that, that really helped set us up for our financial freedom. So that is a really, really key person. Our advisors completely changed both of our lives. Now, it set me up really, really well for the rest of my life. And it wouldn't have been that way if I didn't make the decision to do that and continue to do that. So I got divorced. I got into a bit of a rut there for a while where, the income had cut in half. The household income had pretty much cut in half as I got divorced. And I wasn't paying attention to having the same sort of savings plan and investing plan that I had before, because I found it tough there for a while until I got on my feet and basically pulled my finger out and said, hang on a second, you've got to stop being resentful about the situation that you're in, and you've got to knuckle down, you've got to work harder. And even though you didn't want to be in this position, you are in this position, and stop crying foul about it and work harder than you've ever worked before to make more money than you've ever made before, to be more successful than you've ever been before. And that's what I did. And now I've got things under control, investing more than I have in the last 10 years during COVID, taking advantage of different opportunities. So all of these things have only happened because of the team around me, and specifically that's the financing team. I say financing, financial advisors and that kind of stuff. So that's been a godsend for me, really. Some of the other people that I have around me, obviously you've got your employees, your staff, and all those key people around you that are just so important. I mean, I have never called on my accountant so much in the last 12 months ever before, because of COVID and all the different things that were required there, grants, different opportunities that existed for funding. She really earned her money over the last 12 months. But I've also got international people that are a part of my team. Super important. I've got a business coach. I've got different coaches and mentors, I guess, in other areas of my life as well, which is really helpful depending on what aspect of things that I'm working on at a particular point in time. It's not like I'm working on all of these things constantly every week. I'm working on different parts at different times of the week, and you need to have those people around you to give you the confidence so that you are supported in your quest to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So there are certain times where I will call on my strength and conditioning coach, and I won't call on my financial advisor because things are set up there. But then when you need those people, they're there to call on. So depending on what it is that you're searching for in your life, the key that I have found is that you definitely need to have coaches. You've got to have coaches, and you've got to have a good daily routine of those things that you need to do that support you on a daily basis. So that means it does require the discipline of you to do the things that you need to do each day to keep yourself motivated and supported to achieve those things. So the other things that I use are various podcasts. So there's some daily podcasts that I listen to that help keep me, I would call it supported, because it's helping inspire me, motivate me to achieve what it is that I want to achieve. I keep moving forward. I keep being inspired to do more. And that's my business coach. He does that for me. And even though I'm not perhaps having a direct conversation with him every day, he still speaking to me via a podcast. And that's really important. Where I found that my life started to change was when I started to do these things daily. I wasn't just doing it every now and then. I did it every single day. And there were messages that would get through to me every day. And some of them I'd listen to multiple times because there'd be so much content, or there'd be a message that just wouldn't resonate today, but maybe it did tomorrow. Or maybe I got more out of it in a few days' time. All key parts of support in my team. I've got 3 Olympians that I know, and even though I'm not necessarily having conversations with them every single day, if I can call them, well, I should say, they are there for me to call if I need them. And I do consider them part of my team as well. I mean, these are Olympic athletes, some of them gold medalists, and you don't become an Olympic gold medalist if you don't have a very determined, specific mindset, a work ethic, and the ability to help pull others up. Now, I've never been a great athlete at sport. I think I'm a great athlete at what I do with my training now, but I've never been on a world stage, a competitive stage. These are people that have been the best in the world at what they do at points in time. And my experience is that they have an amazing mindset, every single one of them. So I do consider them to be part of my team. I'm not having conversations with them every day, but just in the last 24 hours at the time of recording this, I've had a conversation, just sending some messenger voice recordings to them, from just checking in, having a discussion about certain things, and sending the best wishes for my daughter in hospital and that kind of stuff. And when you have these high caliber people in your life, it really makes a difference. Like the impact that they have all had on me, even though they may not have known it, over the last 12 months with my training and what it is that I've wanted to achieve, has been truly remarkable. Truly remarkable. So it's also important to keep in mind who are those other people around you that are part of your team, or you want in your team. Because there may be people out there that you think, wow, it would be great to have those people in your team. There was a time when I thought, man, imagine if I had Olympic gold medalists in my team. And now I do. But there was a time where I thought, I don't know how I could see that happening. But yet you do one thing after the other, and before you know it, you ask a lot of questions, you reach out to people, and before you know it, you've got these people in your life. And that's really powerful. I think what's also powerful is those people that you don't allow in to your life, those people that you don't allow to be part of your support team. Now, I'm single, so I don't have a partner in my life, but sometimes I see this through my clients. You can have a partner in your life that isn't actually part of your support team. They should be, but they're a negative influence in your support team. So you've got to work out how you can change that, because we don't want to be like that. I mean, your partner needs to be your number one fan, just like you need to be their number one fan. And sometimes that can challenge people because they don't get that right. But that's a really important one. I want you to think hard about who are those people that you would call in an emergency. Is it one person? Is it 2 people? Is it a couple of people? I've got some friends that if the crap hit the fan, they'd be the people that I would know who to turn to. There's a couple of specific people that I would turn to. And you need to have those. You really do. If I'm in a state of, man, I'm really stuck here, I'm frustrated, whatever with my health and fitness, whether it's, I'm not getting the results that I want to, I've hit a plateau or something like that, then I'll reach out to my strength and conditioning coach. A good example is just recently, I can see that my percentage improvements on all my lifts across my whole program are improving quite well. So we're talking about 20-30% plus improvement over the last 6 weeks in strength. But there's one area, which is my arms, which is my bicep curls. That's one that's not keeping up with the others. And I'm getting to that point where, or I have gotten to that point, where my weights just aren't improving. And I reached out to my coach and I said, look, here's the problem, not quite sure what to do. And he said, what you need to do is get some fractional plates. And I'm like, okay. So he said, do you have like 0.25 kilogram weight plates? And I said, no, my smallest is half a kilo. So he said, you need to see if you can get some 0.25 kilo ones. Because even if you're increasing by a quarter of a kilo, so effectively half a kilo, because you're putting 0.25 on each side, then that will help you because you're just still moving forward, even if it's only 250 grams or 500 grams. So there are some exercises where I do just increase by 250 grams because I say use a dumbbell, but I'm also holding a 0.25 kilo because half a kilo is too much. So that was the latest piece of advice that I got. I thought, okay, I didn't have any plates that went that low. So I've now got some, ridiculously expensive because there just seems to be still a global shortage of weight plates. But anyway, I've got some, and I've got, they go 0.25, they go 0.5, 0.75 and 1 kilo. So that helped me there. Again, I would have just got stuck on that. It sounds silly, it sounds so simplistic, but I've never worked with 0.25 kilo plates before. I've never thought about the fact that just by going up that much, that's still moving forward. Obviously it is, but I'd always thought, man, if I'm not going up by a kilo or so a week at least, then there's a problem. But problem solved now. So what does that mean? Every single session, I am still going up on my bicep curls. And ironically, I've actually gone up by a kilo a week over the last 3 weeks. So that's exciting. So really important to make sure that you surround yourself with all of these different people. You must have coaches. If you are serious about being exceptional in what it is that you do, you must have coaches. So I have a strength and conditioning coach. I have multiple business coaches around different areas. I also have some mentors. So what's a mentor? I know that people prefer to use coaches sometimes than a mentor because a coach is somebody that you will pay for to use. Your mentor is normally somebody that you can maybe bounce some ideas off or get some inspiration for. That's how I use it. I use my mentors to maybe gain a bit of an insight into how they do things and to be inspired to do more. Making sure that you've got your financial advisors, your accountants, your finance team, bankers, all that kind of stuff around you. Solicitors, let's put those in that same sort of category. Your health team, your doctors, all the key people that you see on a regular basis. Make sure that if you don't have this stuff in place, get it in place. Really important. I mean, this is one of the differences, I guess, when I'm working with people. Even though I'll coach people around business stuff, I'll coach them around their health and fitness. Because I used to be a chartered accountant as well, I'm always talking to people about finances, making sure that they can structure things the right way and putting in place the right people for them. So me referring them to my financial advisors, my GPs, my specialists, so that they can get the same benefits that I can, because it's not about me having a secret formula that I don't allow anyone else to use. If you want to see the same people I do, I'll give you the details of them, and you can go and do it as well. My strength and conditioning coach, my business coaches, you can go do the same things that I do. The key is to put them in place and to make sure that every day that you have a plan to keep progressing, using your support team to get from where you are to where it is that you want to get to. It'll change your life. You've just got to be consistent with it. So, your support team, super important. Make sure you get it in check. Go through all of the aspects that I've mentioned for your team. Make sure you don't have any gaps. If you do, fill it. Now, if you need some more help, reach out to me. Go to thementaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, opt in for a free consultation, and we can start a conversation. Let's connect. See you tomorrow.